What's up, people? We're coming at you for a real short, quick video, and this is something I feel is crucial to your success as a owner-op out here running the boards. And if you don't have this, then you are planning, well, let's just say you're not planning success. So, yeah, let's get on to it. Yep. This ain't what I was talking about, but, you know, I'm sitting here, let's hold on, let's see if we can get a good view on this right here.
What's going on?
Yep.
The car not start.
It's a little dark, but anyway, this right here is the new Panther. I'm watching that, so I figured I'd take a break and make this little video for you guys and put this out there. Like I was saying a minute ago, it's not one of those deals like if you're not doing this, you're planning for failure. But I will say this, if you're not doing this, you're not planning to win. You have to utilize every tool in the box to win. End result, win. At the end of the day, win. Everything that results around your business and your attitude and what you do is win. And this right here is a very vital part of winning in the owner-operator space and when you book your own loads. So, let's chop right into it. Let's say, right now, let's see, new search. Currently, I'm in Brunswick, Georgia, and today's date is the 7th. I got this set up right here for the 7th, within 50 miles. Let's go ahead and bump up to about 75 because I'm about 67 miles away from Savannah, and I want to include those results. I'm not a representative. I don't get paid anything for this, for the DAT Board and TruckersEdge. I mean, this is just a makeshift amateur video just to throw some insight out there to help you guys out. It is the TruckersEdge.DAT board. It's off the DAT board. It's formulated to lean towards the truck driver, the owner-operator, small carrier, what have you. And the one that I have, the membership I have, is $99 a month, and let me tell you, very worth it. You're looking at $1,200 a year for this service. It is a tax write-off, so it's a win-win. But you guys seen I typed in 75-mile radius of Brunswick, Georgia, and that's for tomorrow going anywhere. And right now there's 117 loads. Now this is 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:12 a.m. and right now there's 117 exact loads and 427 total results. That's just in this vicinity, this area. But let's see, this is what I like to do. Type in the search. Usually I click offer and see what loads are paying the top dollar, like York, PA, $1,500, LaPorte, Texas, $1,400. And then over here to the far right, it's got the brokerage. You can scroll it over and see what their score is, their days to pay, and then if they're they got a check mark with Triumph Business Capital, if you want to factor that load with Triumph, which I'm set up with Triumph, but I have yet to factor. I don't plan on factoring. The carriers that are the brokerages I'm set up with, they all offer quick pay, and it's usually a smaller percentage to get quick pay with them, whereas if I was to factor them out. So usually I do a little quick take on the offer. The next thing I normally do is I click on this right here, the little tab that says company, and it puts them in alphabetical order. And I just scroll down here to the brokers I like. You know, I like C.H. Robinson. I worked with the same agent at C.H. for the last year now. I could call him and I ain't even got to tell him who I am. I just say, "What's up, bro?" And he's like, "Hey, Sammy, what's up, man? Where you at? What you looking at?" And we just go all in. Another one is Coyote Logistics. Coyote's only got one to Miami. Wow. They got it posted for $775. Now here's a little cool thing. See where I got this highlighted? Jacksonville, Florida, Miami, Florida, 350 miles, full truckload, 53 foot, estimated 44,000 pounds through Coyote Logistics. Now here's what you need to, here's the cool thing about what I have. It is the TruckersEdge Pro version. It's $99 a month, but I can click this tab right here, and it's going to give me right here the 15-day average. Let's see if I can highlight that, which it's $952. Now, when I call up Cody and I say, hey, my girl Jenny over there, I say, Jenny, what's up, babe? I'm looking at a load from Jacksonville to Miami. What can I get that rate for? And she's usually gonna say, well, she's gonna go through the spiel of everything I already know. It's 350 miles, it's picking up in so-and-so, it's dropping off so-and-so, here's the pickup time, here's the drop-off time, and they've got that in at $775. And that's where I come into play on the counter. I say, well, Jenny, I'm looking at the 15-day average right now, and the average is $952. Now, that's just the average. For that load right there, I'd like to get about $1,100 on it. And usually she'll say, well, let me check the back order. Let me see what this load's been moving for. And she'll say, okay, well, we've been moving it for like $850. We've got some offers in for $1,200, $1,300. If you want me to go and put an offer in to beat those, and you'll be next in line in case they want to go ahead and move it. And if I want to move that load, I say, yeah, go ahead and put me an offer in for $1,100. And she'll put the offer in, and we usually pause for about, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds, just, small talk, and see if they accept the offer or if they counter right off the bat. Usually they do counter right off the bat, and they say, well, see if he'll move it for $1,000. And I say, no, $1,100 is my bottom. And she'll tell them, no, he said he ain't moving it for no less than $1,100. And they usually say, okay, let's play, or let's hold off. But either way, without this little vital tool right here, I don't know what that lane rate average is going for. And that's where a lot of owner-operators fail in this line of business, is they go into it blind and they don't know where their bargaining leverage is coming from. With this, I have this bargaining leverage right here. The lane rate average for the last 15 days has been $952. Now keep in mind, that's an average. So that's going to fluctuate from, say, $775 to $1150, and they're going to meet in the middle and say the middle is $952. But the way I like to do my operation is I like to bid above average, because I know average. Let's say it like this: if a lane rate average is $1,000, that tells me the low end $750, the high end's $1,250, the medium is $1,000. So I'm going to shoot for $1,300, $1,350. And if they counter me back at $1,250, guess what? I'm on the high end of the average. That's just my little that's just my little take on it. Now, if I'm cruising out through here and I'm looking at some loads and I'm like, oh, Gardner, let's see, Jacksonville to Piedmont, South Carolina, I can click on it, click this little tab over here. The 15-day average on that's been $1142. So if I call them, this right here, that's my leverage. That tells me what the load's been moving for. So that's what I'm gonna go into negotiation with. All right, let's shoot down here to JB Hunt to Brundridge, Alabama. Cool. That load's been moving for $660 for 307 miles. So it's a little over $2 a mile. It's not really what I look for. These Landstars. Shit, let's see. I'll tell you guys what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for a load. Let's redo this. I'm looking for a load from Savannah. Let's just say Pooler, Georgia. And let's say Chattanooga. Chattanooga, Tennessee. And let's put the deadhead, say, shit, I messed it up. Chattanooga. Man, what am I doing wrong here? Come on now. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Let's see if we can type in 50. Oh, here we go. So 50 miles, Chattanooga, moving tomorrow. Let's see. We've got one Savannah to Dalton and 1 Savannah to Ringgold. I run a lot of XPO stuff, so let's click on this XPO. The 15-day average is 900. So that tells me that load's been moving for anywhere from $750 to $1,200, you know, on the high end. Well, here's the range. Some of them's got it, some of them don't. The range is 794 to 1048. So if I want to call about that load, I'm going to call and say, you know, I want this load for $1,100 and let them counter me down to $1,000, and then I can run that load right there, you know, feeling like a champ for $1,000 at 355 miles. But then again, without this tool, you need all the tools in the toolboxes you can get your hands on. Without this tool right here, it tells you the 15-day average, then you're going into the negotiating table without any leverage. You don't know where you're shooting for. You can say, oh, I want $250 a mile. All right, that loads 350 miles. You can say, all right, I want $250 a mile. That's what, $900? Well, what if your operating cost is, if you could run everything for $2 a mile, and you go to the table and say, I want $2 a mile on 350 miles. So, and they say, and they jump all over it and they give it to you for $700. Guess what? You're cutting yourself short, because that load normally goes for $900. And when you do that, let's say 100 people moves that load for $700. Guess what you're doing? And there's only 150 loads available a week. You're dragging that 15-day average down to $700, whereas it has been doing $900. So you're not only shooting yourself in the leg, you're crippling the rate for everybody else around. If the load moves for $700 a day average, not only you need to know that, but everybody needs to know that, because, like I said, if there's 120 a week, 120 loads per week on the same lane, Savannah to Ringgold, Georgia, and there's 120, and if 100 people is pulling it for $700, and only 20 people are pulling it for $900, guess what? The next week, that load's going to be, people's going to be lucky to get it for $800. And if it keeps up at that same ratio, the week 2, week 3, week 4, and so on, that load's going to keep on dwindling down to 600, 650, 700. So, like I said, if you don't have this, I'm not saying you're planning for failure, but you're not planning and playing the game to win. You need every tool in the toolbox that you can get your hands on. And by far, for me, this has been the most vital and the most used and the most well paid for tool that I have in my toolbox, is the TruckersEdge DAT board, where it shows me the average lane rate for the last 15 days. Or you can get the $50 version and it shows you the average lane rate for the last 30 days. Either way, it still shows you what that lane's been moving for. So when you call these brokers up to negotiate, you got level ground to play on. You know what I'm saying? You're not going in not knowing what you're negotiating for. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna get back to my movie. I just want to put that out there, make a short little clip to give you guys something to ponder on and think about. And yeah, let's all step our game up and drive these rates up, far and away. See you guys.